You know, if you want to join the thing with your commentary car, feel free.
No, I'm good.
Alright, let's give it a minute or two until everyone's here, and we can take the picture, and then we'll get in the briefing to get the 2 or 3 points out of the way that I have. Actually looks kind of nice. It's not gonna lie. Alright. Everyone can type in the in-game chat when they're done with the pictures they wanted to do. Or is the last one coming? The last one's coming. It's Benny. Alright, everyone who wants to take a picture, do it now, and then feel free to use the in-game chat to say that you're done. Alright. The pictures are done. Feel free to take your private picture somewhere if you want. The others can just fully send it if they want to. Do a little practice start. Alright. For the ones that still wanna take pictures, oh god, those cameras are actually not that nice. For the ones that still want to take pictures, feel free to. For the others, we're gonna start with the briefing. Well, I'm also gonna try and install the freaking things real quick. But first, welcome to the third round. Wait, are we even all? We're all. That's nice. We're 16. Still nice numbers. Welcome to the third round of DRC Indycar in Iowa, which is, funny enough, considering it's probably the shortest circuit of the race, which is going to be the longest race, at least calculated time-wise. A small few things, a small few changes. or other important changes we've went over after Motegi, which I'm also gonna go over in the briefing real quick because it's in the rules and apparently people don't remember it. First things first. Yep. Don't overtake during the safety car. The fact that I need to explain this is concerning, but you don't overtake during the safety car. Not at all. No. Bad. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, clarification for some people, because that was pretty unclear so far, which I do apologize for, but we're clearing it up now. When a pace car is called, the pace car queue starts with car number 1. Not number-wise, but you get what I mean. Starts with the car being in P1 currently. If there's a car in front of P1, so between pace car and P1, that car is allowed to go by. So P1 is supposed to be the car behind the pace car. The same goes during or after pit stops, which is also the clarification. It's always supposed to be P1 behind the leader. If there's car in between it, get out of there. You have the allowance to do that. Pace car, leader, there. If you're a lap car behind the leader, tough cookie, you're staying behind it. If the car in P1 is behind the pace car, the queue goes onward. There. Also, if you guys start beefing each other literally before the race even started, yeah. The kindergarten is down the street. Thank you. Thank you for your, for your ears. For your attention. Second thing. During pace cars as well. Pace cars are single files. That's what Sven was supposed, or was saying. Pace cars are single files. It's as simple as that. You're staying single file. If there's a brake check and you're avoiding it, I'm not going into too much explanation. But yeah, if you guys want to be children, then please don't do that during your briefing. I think the fact that I'm explaining it is good enough. If you guys want to do the briefing yourself, you can. I'm not dealing with 3-year-olds. Next up, I think pace car stuff is fully out of the way. Next thing is during the race and using the chat during the race. Don't do it. It's as simple as that. The chat, the Assetto Corsa chat is for me to use and for me to tell you guys when the pit lanes are open and what other race direction orders there would be. Not for people to write, oh yeah, you're supposed to be single file. Or to swear at each other. That's not what it's for. If you guys have anything to discuss, you can do it privately and not in a public chat. Gonna underline it. Especially maybe not right after the race. Or apparently right before the race, because apparently that just makes for dumb conversations. Next thing. If anything happens, report it. It's as simple as that. I don't want to read 40 million, or rather, neither me or the rest of the league staff want to read 40 lines of crying and then not see a report, because that makes you guys look stupid. hope it's understandable also why I'm stating this rather clear and not gonna talk around the bush with it. Because it's annoying, it annoys everybody. And there are ways to deal with it. Especially when it comes to incidents during the race. Just report it when it gets dealt with. That should be about for that matter of pace card clarifications. Next thing, of course, the quali is gonna be like last week, so I'm gonna call you guys. You're gonna do 2 laps and then go back to the pits, and we're gonna repeat the whole progress. And the list is once again the championship or backwards. So yeah, there we go. That's relatively easy. The one thing for the quality is 1 hour long, so we have actually a good amount of time. If everyone would actually be so kind and be in the pit lane for me to explain the last part, because it's something new and something rather important. Where, once again, I'm going to say this up ahead. The meetings are here for you guys to get info and to also, if you guys are like reading multiple line-long announcements, to be informed about the routes. If you guys decide to not listen and not follow the stuff set, it's getting penalized. It's as simple as that. I said that every week so far, and for some reason, every week it turns out people decide to not have to listen, and, well, yeah. Anyway. Procedures. There's a procedure probably only important for 2 circuits, which are Iowa and later in the season Adelaide. But I talked with Split Beef about it, and if the race decides to go on for longer than 90 minutes, and there's no way we're gonna finish the race anytime soon, it's gonna get suspended. So, it's, for people who don't know what I'm referring to, we are having a red flag procedure for Iowa if there are too many cautions and we're dragging the race out for too long. How this thing is gonna work is that first thing is there will be a virtual safety car call for everything to get settled and for us to have enough time to take proper screenshots of deltas and all of that shenanigan. Then the proper red flag is being called, which means you guys stop on circuit. Yes, you will get points. I will get to it. I will call the red flag. You guys stop on circuit. There's no going back to pits because we need the deltas for the results. Hold up here. There will be screenshots taken. It's gonna be a pain to put them into the whole app manually, but hopefully we don't even get to that and we don't get 90 minutes of cautions. The only point that, to my knowledge, is getting discarded is the point for most laps let. Simply because that we can't calculate it because the race isn't properly finished and we don't get that mathed out. It's as simple as that. Any questions about the procedure itself? So then we're not doing that because I'm not asking everyone to count themselves, and then we're gonna count to 185 if we have 170 laps, and I'm not gonna magically find out who decided to give themselves more laps. The point is getting discarded. Yeah. It's one point that's getting lost. It's not gonna destroy anything. Yeah. It's not gonna be the end of the world. Who's leaving the briefing and staying on the server? Because we need people here. The server either tells you during the race you'll see it in the chat if you get a penalty during the race, but if you got a time penalty, then real penalty tells you after the finish line again. Also the rulings, yeah. Oh yeah, also the rulings channel. That's also a thing. Felix, it's in the rulings channel, standing there. Also, you're not in the lineups because you didn't sign in on time. You signed in after Splat made the list. Which is also a thing we had after last week. If you sign in too late, you're not driving quali. The same goes for street courses. If you're not in one of the groups but signed in, you're not driving quali. Just sign in on time. If you have to sign out shortly before, then it happens. But at least be signed in so we can plan with the drivers being there. Any questions about anything new or any of the procedures explained? Points will be awarded normally. Like I said, it's just the 1 point that's getting discarded because we can't calculate it. I thought the server's just taking your sim grid. I don't know. You gotta ask Splatbeef about it. I don't make the server. Only if you're in front of the leader, Dragon. So if you're the car between me and P1, you overtake me. So P1 is behind me. Yeah, the time limit. The time limit also only applies like if we're 90 minutes through and in lap 192, then we're gonna finish it. But if after 90 minutes we're still in lap 130, then we're gonna call it a day. That's fully up to my discretion. So that's actually a thing if you could yell at me about. What about if you catch a safety car and I'm behind the leader, then they pull into the pits? Do I get to pass? If the leader loses its leading position and you're ahead of the new leader, you can get your lap back. The leader is supposed to be behind the safety car in all matters and circumstances. If this is a scenario during the pit stops, still make sure to pass like me safely. And also look that you watch out with people leaving the pits. Just so we don't get collisions under safety car, because those are always pretty stupid. Last thing, because I noticed I forgot to mention it. I think everyone knows where the pit entry and exit is, because it's both on the back straight. Yeah. Well, Tim, to be fair, if they get a penalty because of it from the game, then tough cookie. If they cause a collision with it, it's technically, well, at least in my eyes, dangerous driving. If I remember right, before we go into it, I'm sorry it's taking a bit longer. There was something with the apron. in the pits. That you shouldn't get too close to from the outside. Yeah. Because you can't slide into the pit lane from outside because the pit lane's simply too long. Just be careful and be mindful about it. So all careful with that. Besides that, if there are no questions about procedures, then we'll get into it. Remember crawly procedure, out lap, timed lap, in lap. You can jump back into the pits during the quali, that's no problem at all. And yeah, I think with that, we're streaming, yeah. If you look into the Twitch channels there, if you guys want to listen to me also blabbing, because I will do that with Gino again during the race, have the stream open, then you don't always have to look into the chat for orders. You can just listen to it. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. Let's get going. I'm just gonna find the race control channel again. The first car today, the number 51. It's Eric.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. Eric Lee Kramer. I don't believe he's attended so far this season. This should be his first race, first time out. So we'll see what sort of pace he provides. Again, no livery this time around. The livery pack does need to be updated, so we will keep an eye on that for round 4. As Eric starts his 2 laps. Very sharp turn in there. Just a reminder that the timing board at the top of the screen isn't necessarily correct. It will show the fastest lap set rather than the quali time. Still need to work on that. It doesn't want to be an easy fix. So, but it is 99% of the time it's correct. It's just in terms of positions anyway, it's correct. The times may not be as Eric sets his second lap, and it was a very good average. Works out to about
number 2,
17.86.
Is the car 15, Ben Neal Striker.
Ben Neal is not drove since round 1 in St. Petersburg, I believe. So second time out here in Iowa. As we get ready to ride on board with Ben for his 2 laps, rounding the final curve. So we're looking for a 17.8 or better. Oh wow, yeah, much better so far. 16.4 is the time set for Ben Neal's first lap. Much of an improvement over Eric Lee Kramer. And yeah, that's a very nice time there for Ben Neal. That's going to shoot him right to the top of the order, I believe. I think pole should be around a 16.0, 16.1, 16.2.
Car number 9. Dredge.
I think we might have a no-show. I can't find this guy anywhere on the list.
Is Dredge not here?
I think we've got a no-show.
Oh.
So that will take Dredge off the list, which means it should be,
Look in the chat real quick.
if I'm right,
No,
it should be
no.
Alex Pateau next. So Dredge not attending this one.
Oh,
He was checked
no
in.
Dredge. And we're moving forward to car number 38, Alex.
Cripples his hands as he moves out of the pit lane exit. Okay, riding on board with Alex Pateau here. See if you can beat Striker's time. Very good time set by the Brit so far. Wonder if it'll be enough for pole, or will Pateau deny him? He won't, not yet anyway. He's going to need a masterful lap on his second try, and he doesn't. He hits the wall. That's not going to be great for Pateau. He's going to end it there. Yeah, he's going to come into the pits after that. That's not going to be the qualifying he wanted. Still puts him ahead of Eric Lee Kramer though.
Next up. After that, I restarted my game real quick because I have leg spikes. Car number 21. Myrocat.
Myrocat, one of the attendees last time in Motegi. See what sort of time he can produce here in Iowa. Didn't have a great performance last time out. Did get involved in quite a few reports, I do believe. He's going to want an improvement this weekend though, so we see what sort of time he produces on his first lap. Great first time there from Myrocat, 16.665 for his first lap. Only 3/10 off the provisional pole man at the moment. As we see the second time about to be posted. And no, 16.9 for his second lap, so around a 16.7, 16.8 for his average. So Myrocat currently P2. As we wait for the race director to reset his game before we carry on. Should be Dinesh Ferreira. Takes out the next quali spot. Yeah. One of the only podium sitters so far this season. 2 races down.
Alright, after my next car is the car number 25. It's Mox.
Pulls out of the pit lane. Running that all black and green livery. Ooh, very slidey coming out of the pit lane. He spun it. Spun it coming out of the pits. That is not a great start for Dinesh Ferreira. It's not going to cause him any damage though, apart from maybe to his tyres.
Mox made a very dramatic entry.
But regardless, he'll start his first lap. So that tyre temperature isn't too high right about now. As he rounds the final curve. See what sort of time he can produce on his first lap. Second quickest, 16.4. No damage to his talent. Can he beat Ben Neal? Put his car on provisional pole. As he crosses the line now, and he does it. 16.2 for his fastest lap. Will that work out the same on averages?
Car number 10, Ash Hamilton.
But so far it's looking like Dinesh Ferreira is the man on provisional pole. As we have Ash Hamilton now. See what sort of times he can produce. Seen a lot of different gears being used here in Iowa. 4th, 5th and 6th all in use in some regard. Crosses the line, sets his first lap, 16.3. Very nice lap there. That's going to put him into the top 3 immediately. crosses the line for his second. Takes him up into P2, 2:16.3 times. Very consistent.
All right.
Very
Next up
good
is
for
car
Ash.
number 46, Benjamin Klaus.
Ash Hamilton there. Benjamin Klaus, again, one of the other podium sitters so far this season. I believe that was in Motegi, but I could be wrong. First lap, 16.4. We are seeing a lot of drivers in that range now. See what he does on his second lap. Can he bring that average down a little bit? Crosses the line, 16.3, so that's going to set him nailed on for P3, just behind Ash Hamilton.
Car number 37, Dragon.
Dragoshan's lap to go. Bit squirrely out of the pit. Now, what can Dragon do on his lap? Can he provide anything to disturb the top three? There's a bit of a gap forming between P3 and P4. Dragon's going to cross the line, set his first time. And it is a 16.5 for his first lap. Closes the gap to the top three, but it's still over 2/10. Will his second time be an improvement? 16.4. So he does narrow the gap to the top three, but it's not going to be anything too troubling for them.
Number 26, the KDM car. People.
As we now have Boris Habibovic. Currently P6 in the standings, more of a consistent driver than a constant threat. Let's see what he does for his first time. Crosses the line, 16.392, slots in at the moment between Dragon and Benjamin Klaus. Will it be an improvement on his second lap? Very slightly there. That's going to set him in a very comfortable P5. Should be...
Alrighty. Next one. Car number 11, Jens.
Jens Libau, our race winner in Motegi. Led a good amount of laps at the start. Had a few incidents in the middle. Didn't seem to cost him too much though, as he stormed on to take a 1-2 with his teammate Max Simons, which has been taken away at the moment. Teammate got a penalty, which isn't going to bother Jens too much. Will he be a bit of an oval meister? Will he cross the line to take provisional pole? He doesn't. P6 so far for Jens. 16.442 on his first time. Will he make an improvement on his second lap? Very nice through there. Not going to lose it on the exit. Nice. And he does improve very slightly on his second time, 16.4.
Alright, next car.
P6.
Car number 24, Boris.
P6 for our previous race winner, Boris Shekajev now. Been on the podium in St. Petersburg, round 1. Starts his first lap. What can Shekajev provide us here? Will he trouble the top 4, top 5? Nice through there. Doesn't go too wide. 16.347. Cracking first lap there. It's going to set him provisionally P5. Can he do anything to improve his average? Crosses the line now. 16.339 on his second lap. So he's going to sit in P5 quite comfortably.
Boris.
And we should have
Boris in the grandstands.
Sven Hilger should be next.
Next up, the last 3. Car number 19.
Top 3 in the championship left to go. Sven Hilger. Now, will he be able to do anything to impress the current championship leaders? Coming down onto the final curve. Sets his time now. P6 there for Sven Hilger. 16.3. Still got a chance for it though. Will his second time be an improvement? It is 16.2. That's going to shoot him right up the order, but I don't know if that will stay the same with the averages. Just bear that in mind.
Last 2. Car number 28, Max Simmons.
Max Simmons is the man who came second in Motegi. Did get a penalty from the stewards after that, but it could be being looked into, not too sure at the moment. So the riding on board with Simmons is going to want a good weekend here, good clean consistent run, just like he did through turn 1. He crosses the line for his first lap, only P9 at the moment, just behind his teammate Jens Lebauer. Now, will his second lap be an improvement? It is 16.3. See where that goes with averages.
Championship leader, car number 2.
Tim Course, the last one to go. The other 2 drivers will be starting at the back. They're not on the official qualifying order. Oh, as we have a spin for Tim.
Oh, that's the second drift there.
We work for Denise Ferreira. Got him P3, so I wonder if Course is trying some of the magic there. Now, he crosses the line to start his first lap. He's not carrying much momentum into the start. Wonder if that's cost him a little bit of time on his first lap. We'll see. See what time he can produce here. 16.698, so it did cost him on his first lap. Can he improve on the average? We need a good time here. He does improve. 16.384 for Tim Course. It's not going to be enough for pole. Championship leader.
With that, we conclude the Iowa qualification.
It's going to be Boris Habibovic on pole, I believe.
Once again, the quick reminder, keep it clean, have a nice race. I'll make the server jump to race in just a second. So, yeah. Have a good one, guys. So.
Hello. That was decent, not for Tim, but decent.
That was a decent enough qualifying.
Didn't really expect Boris Habibovic to be on pole, but he's done well there.
I mean that he's got some work to do.
He does. If he wants to continue leading this championship, he does have a task out for him today. It's going to be Habibovic, currently P6 in the standings at the moment, followed by Sven Hilger. Then Dinesh Ferreira, only 1,000th off of Sven Hilger. Then Ash Hamilton behind them. Ben Neal will take up P5, the Brit making his second appearance this season, followed by Boris Shekajev in P6. Max Simmons, the P2 man in Motegi, will come P7th. Then Tim Course in P8, championship leader, followed by last time out's winner Jens Lebau. Then Dragon in P11, followed by Maricat P12, Alex Pitot P13, and then the newcomer Eric Lee Kramer in P14. Then Felix Katch and Axel Jonsson, who both didn't sign up in time, so they'll all start at the back. Felix Katch does have a qualifying ban anyway, so he has served that. So we'll see what happens here. The race director is on the grid.
I'm curious how am I supposed to pass all these comments? Oh, we're on the back straight. Oh, fuck. Leader gives space.
You getting a message that your steering wheel is not centered? Because I'm getting that. I don't know why. Because I don't have my steering wheel plugged in. That's not good. There we go. As we start the formation lap, Habibovic gets us away.
You gotta get into the double file. We're on the back stretch. It's pretty fast.
As it does look like we will get underway any second now. And there we go. We are away. Boris Habibovic, late getaway, but he's done well there. He's disturbed the drivers around him, and he's got a bit of a gap between him. He does have drivers. Yep, Sven Hilger's right there though. He's going to try and challenge him for the lead of this race. Sven Hilger, as we go around the start finish for the next part of the race. Sven Hilger takes the lead going into turn 1. Boris Habibovic caught off the line a little bit there. Ash Hamilton has made his way up to P3. And he's right behind the two leaders at the moment. Will he be able to make a move onto Habibovic coming into turn 1? No. Habibovic holds the better line. Sven Hilger is going to try and break the toe from Habibovic. Will he be able to stay ahead for as long as possible? And Dinesh Ferreira, he's all the way back down in P14. I don't know if he had an incident or anything at the start of that race, but we've already got cars a lap or two down. Dinesh Ferreira with a drive-through. We are seeing gaps begin to form already.
The problem with these Olas is that the green flag doesn't get shown when they cross the finish line.
So they can start later than...
It starts later, yeah, that's the problem.
Maricat gets out of the way for the top 3. already have drivers 4 laps down. That is not going to be good for their races. But the top 3 relatively untroubled at the moment. Shekajev is trying to close that gap. Tim Course is right there with him though. Will he be able to make a move for P4? We're already on lap 7 of 200 here. So far so good. They've all kept it relatively clean. No safety cars needed yet. As Jens Lebo and Dragon are fighting for position. Jens Lebo, the man who won the race last time out, will stay ahead for the time being. Oh, and Boris Klaus and Alex Patel are going toe to toe. Who will win out this one in P1? Oh, Klaus round the outside. Will Patel maintain? He doesn't. Benjamin Klaus will stay ahead there. He goes a little bit wide for good measure. As we ride on board with Dragon. Jens Lebau ahead of him. Nothing coming for Dragon as of yet. Top 3 still separated by just over a second.
The difference now is because of the start and Iowa being such a short circuit. They already have lap cars there.
Yeah, we already have cars who are quite far behind in terms of laps. And yeah, Ash Hamilton losing the top 2 slightly, but Habibovic still slightly with Sven Hilger.
The thing about this oval, I'm gonna take this like a bit ahead, is that pit stops are gonna be crucial. If you have to pit during green, you'll lose 2 laps. If you pit during a caution, you might just about lose 1.
As Habibovic, he's right with Sven Hilger. Sven Hilger's got 3 lap cars ahead of him. They're not obligated to let the leader past. But Sven Hilger's doing his best to navigate that. He's already got 1, but Habibovic is right there with him. He's going to try a move into the final curve. Doesn't quite get there.
I think especially Marx is going to do hell to let them go.
Yeah, he's not gonna just give that one up. Denise Ferreira, he's gonna want to hold these up as long as he can, because he still could be quite in this fight. He's still only 1 lap down, and he did recover from quite a ways back last time out in Motegi.
Especially with this being the last oval for a while.
Yeah, so we'll be back to regular circuits next weekend. Do have another 180 laps to go though.
Can you really say normal tracks when the next track literally has a fountain?
That's the beauty of IndyCar, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and the lap cars do hold up Sven Hilger quite a lot there, and that means Boris Habibovic is right on the back of him. Has he got the pace to overtake? Not just yet. These lap cars are just frustrating Sven Hilger. No obligation just yet, as Dragon does come into pit.
Oh, that's really early.
That is really early, yeah. I wonder if he's got some sort of damage or anything.
If I remember right, he doesn't really have that much of really bad tire wear, so it might be that already. Yeah, it looks like just a tire stop.
Sven Hilger does get past Denise Ferreira into turn 1, so there is now a lap car between P1 and P2, but Denise Ferreira's got to fight this one back, challenging the man. Yeah, he wants that lap back. Sven Hilger's not going to give it up though.
I think his best bet is like, let me by, and I hope as soon as I go by there's a caution and I get this lap.
Oh, look at the amount of lap cars between these two. Habibovic is still right there though. He's trying for it.
The worst part about all these lap cars...
Oh! And that's caused quite a lot of time loss for Habibovic there. Hamilton dropping 2 places, 3 places now. Might have lost out in that. Shekajev and Tim Course go up a couple of positions. Good start for them two. And yeah, that's cost Habibovic quite big as well. His gap is now over a second to Sven Hilger. All the way up to P9 are the lap cars now. P8 even.
Then Neil's having a stinker. That's probably his 4th spin already.
Oh wow. That's not good for the Brit. But Habibovic, he is gaining on Sven Hilger. He's using a bit of the draft from the lap car ahead of him to try and gain. It's going to cost him though at the moment, as he does get past Benjamin Klaus. 1.2, still the gap, 1.3. Dinesh Ferreira does get past Alex Pitot, who has to ride the hide line. He's actually hit the wall there. That's going to cost him a place to Dragon. And Dinesh Ferreira's storming up the field now. He's taken 2 places so far on this lap. Ash Hamilton and Boris Shekajev fighting ahead of him. So we'll ride on board with Dinesh Ferreira as these two come to blows. Who's going to win out?
Next in the pits. Lecramer? I actually don't know.
Eric Lecramer, I think. I think is his name. But that's Shekajev that Ferreira's gone past, and that's the safety car. That's Benjamin Klaus, I think. No, Axel Jonsson, who has spun and hit the wall. As we do have our first safety car of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 10% of the way there before the first one. So we can take a breather for a minute. So we'll close the pack right up. There's no lapped cars in between the leader and the safety car for the moment though. Jens Lebau is just behind P2. And yeah, I really want to know what caused Axel Jonsson to spin there. Was he hit, or was it just self-doing really?
I love to tell you, I just saw the car on stranded on the straight.
Yeah, we caught up to it as we were passing on Dinesh Ferreira. Looks like he was just making a love scene with the wall. As we catch up to the safety car now. See, the good thing about Iowa, even though we are under safety car, because the lap time is so short, we should make some progress in the laps under safety car. Ash Hamilton, currently the man in P4, but he does have at least 2 or 3 lapped cars between him and Tim Kors. Habibovic, the man from pole, yet to pit, so is the car ahead of him, Sven Hilger, and pretty much everyone down to, at the very least, P7. So if you were driving this race, when would you pit? When would you say is the optimal time to pit on this strategy?
I just use cautions.
You just use the cautions. We do see quite a few drivers doing that now. Actually, there is 5 or 6 cars in the pits. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dinesh Ferreira being one of them. Ben Neal the other. Dragon, Axel Jonsson, Alex Pitot, Ash Hamilton, and Boris Shekajev are the ones that have came in.
The leaders are now falling to.
As yeah, they do come in, the leaders. That means Jens Lebau is allowed to unlap himself.
Yeah, now they gave him the chance. now this time they gave him the chance.
He's allowed to do it this time. Top 2 still in. It's actually Habibovic came in, Sven Hilger came in, Simmons did not, Kors did not, Ash Hamilton and Shekajev did, but the lap previously. That bumps Lebau up to P5, who hasn't pitted yet.
Kors is now. Is the leader behind me, or is it not? No, he's not.
Kors is pitted, so that takes Simmons up to the lead.
Klaus is the car behind me, right?
Let's have a look. Yes, he is. Yep.
He needs to go by.
Don't think he is aware.
I don't think he's aware. No. I hope if someone has the stream open, they're gonna tell him.
Benjamin Klaus, if you are watching, you can pass the safety car.
Juno, if you could type it in the chat real quick.
In the in-game chat?
Yes.
Yeah, no worries. There we go.
Why? Oh, okay. Felix, this is Myro, and now we have the leader here.
There we go. Simmons is now the car behind.
The others got the memo too, that's good, because I didn't notice there were multiple.
There were 3. However, this is looking good for Simmons at the moment. He is the leader. Hasn't pitted yet, but he does have a 2-second buffer to Ash Hamilton, who's got 4 lapped cars between him and P1. So Simmons maintaining a healthy lead here before that first pit stop. As we go on to lap 38 now of 200. Tim Course and Sven Hilger are the provisional race leaders, we'll call them. Everyone else ahead hasn't pit, as we have safety car in this lap. Let's go back on board with Max Simmons. Let's see what he can do from the race start. As we are go again in Iowa. Green flag racing, green flag racing. Ash Hamilton 3 seconds back now. So this mainly is going to be between Sven Hilger and Tim Course, but Dinesh Ferreira has overtaken Dragon on this new lap. Habibovic only 3/10 behind Jens Lebeau. Will he make a move on this lap? He's got to try for it. He's got to go down the inside, and he's taken the place. Boris Habibovic, what a move there for the man currently in P4.
I didn't see you do it again.
replay. But Boris Shekajev is right on the back of Ash Hamilton with these lap cars in front of him. Sven Hilger has got past Jens Lebeau as well, which means Tim Course is going to be the next car behind him. Fresh tyres versus new, or versus old, sorry. As there we go, Tim Course. As Boris Shekajev has passed Ash Hamilton as well. So much going on this safety car restart. It's almost a wonder that we're still in green.
Jens has sparking tires. Jens completely messed up the strategy. His tire is gone.
Bono, my tyres are gone.
Yeah, I don't think even Bono can help you now. Iowa doesn't look like it, but it murders your track, your tires. Myra has a drive-through.
Myra has a speeding drive-through. Habibovic has got Sven Hilger on his back now. He does have Ben Neal between them though. Habibovic is going to want to try and get some of these places off the cars ahead. Shekajev is the man in P2. 2 seconds to the leader, Max Simmons. Oh, he's made a great exit there on Ash Hamilton. He's got to go down the inside on the man in P3, and he takes the podium position. Or does he? Ash Hamilton fights this one back. They're going too wide, swapping positions all the way, but Habibovic sticks that one out. Car ahead now is Boris Shekajev. Habibovic making a charge here as we approach the 50 lap mark. Will he be able to make an impact, a sudden impact on Shekajev, Boris Shekajev? He's going to try for it. He is gaining very slowly. The back mark is going to slow him down. Shekajev getting caught up behind Dragon. He's got Habibovic right on his tail. Is he going to try around the outside? No, he's not. Oh, and they get very close to a touch, and there is Shekajev. Does have to brake very, very slightly. Ash Hamilton is going to fight this one back as well. Habibovic is just lost the place again to Ash Hamilton. As we can try and see this from an off-board perspective. Yeah, cameras are not great. But Habibovic does fight that one back. He maintains the position for now. Oh, we have a safety car. Who's that? Is that Dragon? I believe it is Dragon. In the wall. Second safety car here. As you may know, safety cars do like to breed safety cars. So we'll see what happens here with strategy. I would imagine at least 3 or 4 of the top 5 do come in. I would imagine this gives Sven Hilger the lead, as we have now passed the lap 50 mark. 25% down here in Iowa. Oh, and Shekajev has to slam on the brakes to try and avoid the back of, I believe that's Max Simmons. As the lap car is let through. Going to maintain order for at least the top 2, maybe the top 4 here. Does look about right. The top 4 with no lap cars between them, and Sven Hilger as well. I wonder if this goes back all the way to P6 actually. No, it doesn't. So the top 5 uninterrupted by lap cars. Then we have one car between P5 and P6 as they do peel off into the pit. Shekajev takes the lead. Simmons does come into box, so does Ash Hamilton. And Alex Pitot and Myro Cap. So Jens Lebeau will take P5 off his teammate Max Simmons. But he does have quite a few lap cars between him. He does come into box anyway. So there's top 4 currently uninterrupted, providing nothing changes. I'm not sure what the top 2 are planning though. If I'm correct, they haven't boxed yet and it's been 54 laps. Will they come in this lap or will they? I don't think they will.
I think Habibo boxed already.
Ah, okay, so it's just Shekajev. I don't think he's boxed. I could be wrong. As we wait for the lap cars to catch the back of the field. Jens Lebeau with who's currently he's currently sat in P7. He has P8 ahead of him and lapped. So it is a big delta between P7 and P8. That's good for Jens Lebeau at the moment. Unless Denis Ferreira somehow takes that lap back, which he was fighting for with Sven Hilger at the start of the race. Still only one down. As we remember from Motegi, this could still be anyone's race. Regardless of how many laps down you are, safety car is in this lap. As we'll ride with the top 4 for this safety car restart. Sven Hilger's probably going to be the man to watch here. He does have the top 2 in front of him. Probably the fastest man in track is on P3. He's got Tim Kors behind him though. That is going to be tough to defend from. As we are green again in Iowa. Top 2 do get away very well. Tim Kors struggling behind him with a lapped car. But it's all good as we get away. Sven Hilger. Habibovic is going to try and challenge Boris Shekajev here. But Sven Hilger is going to try and make a move on Shekajev, and he does. Habibovic takes the lead of this race, but not for long, as Sven Hilger tries to go around the outside. Not happening just yet. Shekajev is going to want to fight this one back. Keeps his nose in, but not doing as it stands. But he's got that car right on his back there, Sven Hilger. Tim Course is joining as an interested party. And it does look like Shekajev is going to have to defend quite hard from Tim Course here. It does look like the fastest driver as we cross the line, and so does Tim Course. He takes the position from Boris Shekajev.
Tim's on a mission. He's like, Motegi was a mistake. I'm just gonna drive for you guys. Don't worry about me, actually.
Yeah, I think he realised he missed out quite big in Motegi, and he wants to keep hold of this championship lead. He's going to need some big points to do that. Ash Hamilton has now overtaken Boris Shekajev. I don't think those tyres are working for the man who started after this safety car on the lead. Ben Neal makes his way up to 13th place. Eric Lee Kramer and Felix Catch. Oh, there's a big crash! Habibovic he's crashed with one of the lap cars, and that does breed another safety car. Habibovic probably going to have sustained big damage from that crash. It did look quite severe. Not sure who he crashed with, but it can't have been Sven Hilger. So it was only one man taken out from that. But Sven Hilger, a big gainer in that, takes the lead of this race. It does look like it could have been Axel Jonsson. Yeah, we see cracks on the chassis there for Axel Jonsson. Big damage there. As Denise Ferreira passes Habibovic. And yeah, disappointing for Badem Habibovic. Tim Course, the current championship leader, didn't have a great qualifying, but as Motegi taught us, qualifying means nothing around ovals. Absolutely nothing. And he's on a charge here today. Currently sat in P2. Only Sven Hilger ahead of him.
I mean, we're back to the issue we had last week with the tire difference, I'm pretty sure.
With strategies and how many times you need to box.
With people not expecting people to be that slow / fast because of the tire age difference. Possibly
what's causing the safety cars then. Just unexpected difference in speed causing collisions, and doesn't help after a safety car or two. Ash Hamilton now up to P3, but he does have Ben Neal, a lapped car in between him and Tim Course. As we see Shekajev pit again. Or did he? I think he crossed the line, but I don't think he did.
No, he didn't go into the pit.
It looked like he was going in, but apparently not. Anyway.
Now they're pit stops.
Now they're pitting. Everyone comes in. Sven Hilger, Tim Course, Ash Hamilton, Boris Shekajev. 4 of the top 5 cars pit. Max Simmons retakes the lead of this race.
Is Max the car behind me?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Then it's his teammate Jens Lebau in P2, but he does have 2 lap cars between them, as the rest of the top 6 have pitted. And Denise Herrera back up to P7. Still only 1 lap between him and the lead lap. Same with Habibovic. And Ben Neal didn't have a great start to this race, but he did get to a point where he was about 6, maybe 7 laps behind the leaders, but that has reduced now to 5. It's getting there slowly.
69.
I didn't realise what you were talking about. That was what you just said it.
I just noticed it myself. I was like, okay, am I gonna do this now, or am I just not gonna do this now?
But yeah, no, this safety car restart is going to be interesting when we do get away. The top two separated by a couple of lap cars, so it's not going to be a fight between them. I want to see what Dinesh Ferreira does here. Only a lap down. Will he try and unlap himself, as Max Simmons is just there? Myra Cat is the car ahead of him. Probably going to be slower than Dinesh Ferreira, as there are 15 laps between them two. As we are underway again in Iowa, Max Simmons has caught everyone napping. Myra Cat has got Dinesh Ferreira right on his back, and Jens Lebow is going to try around the outside. As Dinesh Ferreira, he's caused a massive spin on his own, and he's crashed into the wall. That's his own mistake. Oh, and there's another car off there. I believe that's Ben Neal, as we have another safety car there. I'm not sure what happened to Dinesh Ferreira. It just, I don't know if it was a netcode, but it looked like he just turned and spun.
It looked like traction. That's what's confusing to me.
It's definitely self-caused.
And then I saw Ben, and then Ben. Okay,
yeah, no, I'm just gonna join in. I'm not gonna let you be alone in this.
The thing that annoys me the most is that I'm trying to set up the drive-thrus for Kramer, who pitted while the pit lane wasn't open, and I can't because I don't get the time.
So if Ben Neal's spun again under the safety car. What a top tier driver we have on our hands. I think he said to me to say that. So I'll say it now when he's spun twice in 2 laps. But now that's good for Jens Lebow. Getting a few lap cars out of the way, but a few did re-overtake. I think it's a second between him and the leader now. We see cars do come into the pits. Axel Janssen is one of them. Should see a few more start to pile in now as we do cross the pit lane. Yep, Dragon, Ben Neal, Dinesh Ferreira, Myra Cat. A few of them with damage, so we kind of expected that. This means Dinesh Ferreira might take quite a long time to pit and should lose a few more laps. Just the one car now between the two turn 1 drivers. Leading this race as they did in Motegi with a 1-2, just inverted the other way round. Habibovic is the lapped car between them. Ash Hamilton, I believe, is going side by side with a lapped car. Can't do that.
Habibovic is gonna bite his own ass for that one collision.
Yeah, it's cost him quite dearly. He could be in the top 3 of this race still. He's all the way down in 7th now. Points for everyone though. That is a constellation of IndyCar.
I mean, it's the same like in Motegi, at least for now. It's a lot of people that crash with themselves or one other car. There are no 4
massive
cars
pile-ups. Yeah, I think that is a good thing to see, because it does mean that we keep it at least somewhat exciting. We don't want everyone pitting and causing damage. Safety car in this lap. Habibovic is the car between the two turn 1 drivers. Ash Hamilton just behind Felix Catch, the lap car. So what will we have this time round? Max Simmons is GOAT. He's green in Iowa, so are the rest of the drivers. Jens Lebow is going to try and overtake Habibovic, who is a lap down, or is Habibovic going to try and overtake the leader? Felix Catch is right on the back of Jens Lebow though. He's got to try and unlap himself, or he won't get there just yet. As Max Simmons does begin to pull away a little bit, Sven Hilger has passed Ash Hamilton. As we have a 5-way battle behind him.
There are a lot of cars again. There is a lot of
cars close there. Shekajev has overtaken Tim Course. Oh, they're fighting side by side here. Tim Course retakes that place for the time being. Will it last long? He's still with him though, Boris Shekajev, as Tim Course does take that position for now.
I hope Lee Kramer realizes he has a drive-through. I mean, he has 10 laps to serve them, but he still has it.
Did it come up with a notification?
It comes up with a notification in the in-game chat, yes.
Ooh, I believe someone's just spun. I saw a lot of dust, I could be wrong. Apparently not. Ash Hamilton gonna try and overtake Sven Hilger on the exit. Oh, and we have another safety car. Not sure what happened this time. I think it's Eric Lee Kramer.
Kramer and Johnson, I think. I actually don't know who the second car was.
Both of them are in the pits, so I do think it could be them two. Yeah, they will have to pit for repairs. Yeah, does look a bit correct, as Eric Lee Kramer does miss his pit box. And it's as you were for the top two after the last restart. Oh, it's Tim Course and Ash Hamilton are swapping places here under the safety car.
I think they... I don't know if they were side by side when it was called.
I think they were. Ash Hamilton's taken the place for now. He's actually overtaken the lap safety car, a lap car as well, which doesn't seem right. Tim Course is just going to maintain his position. I think that's probably best. I think Ash Hamilton's got away with that, but we'll have to see what the stewards say about that. Oh, he's coming into the pits anyway.
This is becoming the part where you can finish it with a two-stop if you manage to keep the tires alive.
60 laps per tire?
It's 115, so about... yeah. About 60, 58 laps per tire. It is possible. It's shit, but it is possible.
We'll have to see what a few of the drivers decide to do. I think we should see quite a few drivers pit. I'll eat my words. That's 8 drivers in the pits at the moment. Will the top 4 follow them?
I was about to say, do you want to dip with that, or...
Sven Hilger, who very briefly led this race, I do believe. Currently sat in P3.
I'll say this up ahead because I just saw this. Dragon just literally had a move like a Cars movie happen. Because he got out just ahead of me with the pit exit.
Lucky for him.
That was really lucky.
Dragon will be the last car to file up at the back. Not the last car in terms of position though. He is currently P10, so that means actually Axel Jonsson is the car at the back as he does approach him now. We should have one more lap, I believe, maybe 2 before we go green again.
If they're all followed up, it's gonna be the next one.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to keep them as smooth and short as possible. I think this was the first bigger one, I'd say. Or maybe I summoned something that I should have not have.
We'll have to have a look after the race. I didn't actually see what happened. Safety car in this lap. Again here in Iowa. We're approaching the halfway mark.
I hate those gunshots.
As we are almost green again here in Iowa. Jens Lebo is going to re-overtake Boris Habibovic, or sorry, Badam Habibovic for P2, or is he? Stays behind for now. Sven Hilger's right on the back of him though. Are they going to try and make a move for position? Yes, they are. Sven Hilger goes high. He re-overtakes Sven for the time being, but he's very close going through turn 2. Sven Hilger keeps that position, and now it's just a second between him and the leader, Max Simmons, who is right there with a car between them. If Sven Hilger wants to take the lead of this race, he's going to have to overtake Habibovic first, who did lead this race for quite a substantial portion of it. So don't count him out. Yeah.
And now going back in the hunt.
Riding on board with Sven Hilger, he's closed up to Badam Habibovic. Mammoth task on the hands of Hilger here. If he wants to get past both of these. Oh, we saw two cars go wide into turn one. Tim Kors has taken the position from Jens Lebo, and Jens Lebo has dropped another one back, and another one from Dinesh Ferreira, who is a lapped car. So I don't know if he's got any sort of damage or the tyres are rolled. He's just dropping back at the moment. I think the tyres are gone.
He might have caught a stream of Andruski when he got overtaken once and just got into the high line the whole time. Because now he seems to have caught himself again, even though if Ben is catching him up again. Ben's just unlapping himself.
So we only really lost 2 positions there, but a couple of them were unlapped cars as well. Oh, sorry, lap cars as well.
It is tires again.
I wonder if we'll see.
He actually does have a tire problem.
Ah, Jens Lebo is lost out to Shekajev.
He's only doing 18s.
Wow.
This is the second time.
That's not good.
Tires.
Or Sven Hilger, he's just dropped 2 positions to Ash Hamilton and Tim Kors, I believe.
No, it might have just been the tower.
It's just the tower, yeah. Jens Lebo is now up to P2, that is wrong. I'm not sure what's going on there. Sven Hilger still on the back of the leader and Habibovic, the lapped car. Whatever you see on the left, just ignore it for now. We'll just focus on this top 2. Doesn't look like Sven's trying to push as hard as he can for these positions. I think he's just trying to bide his time at the moment. He's actually... Oh, he made a move into the bits, but he didn't go for it. Baited us slightly though. I do kind of want the timing tower to update. I'm not sure why it's done that. It's very annoying. Ash Hamilton is right on the back of Sven Hilger. Axel Jonsson disconnected from the server. He has DNF'd. As Ash Hamilton is going to try and move on Sven Hilger. Oh, they do get very close to touching. Alex Pateau almost gets in the way. Very close there. Sven Hilger is going to maintain that for now.
Is Sven also starting with tires?
He is. His tyres are fading. They're definitely fading. Ash Hamilton is going to try and go around the outside of the final turn, and he takes the position from Sven Hilger. There we go. Dinesh Ferreira is right on the back of Hilger now as well. What is going on with these tyres? Dinesh Ferreira now gets past Sven Hilger.
Oh, he hit the wall.
Ooh.
Oh,
the wall! They've spun. Oh. How has he avoided substantial? Never mind, he hasn't. There we go. Ben Neal and I believe that was Tim Kors coming to blows there. We have another safety car. Sven Hilger, extremely lucky not to come away with substantial damage from that. I think he'll only take a minor hit. So I do expect we'll see Sven Hilger come into pit. He probably needed to anyway for tyres. We are seeing quite a few manic strategies go on here. We're seeing like 10 stops.
This is where the 150% tire wear actually gets to blow. Because Iowa compared to Motegi, Motegi has long straights. You can cool the tires down, it's no problem. Iowa doesn't have that.
So tyres are running in excess of, well, very high temperatures, 100 degrees, maybe more. Eric Lee Kramer coming around to unlap himself. Oh! Sven Hilger make a very late dive out of the pits. He decides not to. Is there any punishment for crossing the yellow line?
No.
So that'll be fine then, in the eyes of the stewards. That was just very late.
If someone reports it, you of course have to see if it's dangerous driving or not, but...
And in the midst of all that, Dinesh Ferreira got a drive-through for speeding. Sven Hilger finally comes into the pits to change his tyres. I think he realised that one lap can make a bit of a difference in his tyre wear. So pitting a lap later might have been better for him. It does say he's 11 laps down. I don't think that's right. That doesn't sound right anyway. There's no way that it's the top 3 who are unlapped, and then yes, that doesn't sound right. I don't know what's going on with the tower. It's very weird.
I can happily say that the tower is broken. The mini-map should be somewhat fine, and the live timing is also fine. The tower might slowly start fixing itself.
Okay. So at the moment, if we go on board with Sven Hilger, he's P7. Got P8 ahead of him on track, Dinesh Ferreira. As Habibovic has overtaken Jens Lebau, but he is coming into pits. So Jens Lebau will retake that position. So the only ones that I do know are correct are the top 2. Is that right? Max Simmons and Jens Lebau?
That seems about right, yes.
Actually, I think Lebau is P4. Yeah, Simmons P1. Hamilton P3. Shekajev P2.
I'll see if I can get a different tower to work, and then we can look over it. Otherwise, I'll just give through the live timing real quick.
Cool. So, as we come in on this safety car, Ben Neal is the lapped car between the 2 leaders. Shekajev has Ash Hamilton right behind him. So we'll spectate the P2 man at the moment.
Jens is 4th, Tim is 5th currently.
Perfect. As Max Simmons, he's doing it quite a lot. He's getting away really early and it's catching everyone off guard. Very nice tactics there from Simmons. Shekajev caught off guard by that, napping a little bit. Ash Hamilton's going to try and make a move on Shekajev. Oh, in the almost touch. Ash Hamilton is getting away with that one though. And Simmons is just blasted away for the time being. Between P2 and P3 here.
The thing simply is, I think with Simmons restarts, is that he's doing the exact opposite what Hilger did last week, because Hilger always waited till the line to accelerate.
So Simmons is doing the opposite to try and catch everyone napping, and it does seem to be working. Ash Hamilton is still on the back of Boris Shekajev, but he's going to try and make it the side of Shekajev.
Okay,
Nothing
so what
coming as of yet.
Tell you from what it looks like is if you have numbers on your mini-map, like with the dots, they are correct.
Perfect.
It's not a tower, but it's the best I can give you.
It's the best we've got. So that would mean that this is definitely the fight for P2. Ash Hamilton and Boris Shekajev. Nothing coming for Hamilton at the moment. Should be a battle for P4 later down the order. I can find the actual driver. P4 is currently Jens Lebau. He's got Tim Course right on the back of him. They touch. Tim Course has been forced into a spun. Denise Ferreira has hit the wall as well. And we have another safety car here in Iowa. So Jens Lebau involved in that. Looks like Tim Course was trying to make a move for the positions. Caught a spin, and
he nudged the back, and Ferreira tried dodging it.
And then Ferreira hit the wall with some pace. So that again is not good for Ferreira. Doesn't seem to catch a break at the moment.
The guy already got 2 penalties for pitting while the pit lane is closed, and he's still doing it.
Is that Eric Lee Kramer?
Yeah.
I wonder if he's just saying, "Nah, it's not worth it. I'll just do it," and hopefully get it back. Lap 120 now. Here in the Iowa Speedway, Ash Hamilton and Boris Shekajev have come into the pits.
We're relatively good timing-wise, so we might actually
finish.
We're not getting a red flag.
So yeah, quite a lot of drivers pitting here. Dragashen, Alex Pitot, Eric Lee Kramer, Ash Hamilton, Boris Shekajev, Denise Ferreira, who did have massive damage anyway, Ben Neal, and Axel Jonsson has DNF'd.
I mean, regarding the tire wear, and especially how it's been going so far, if you have to pit during the cautions. We saw it with Jens twice already this race. You just completely fall off a cliff.
So, as it stands, Lebau has moved up to P2. Who is currently P3? Let's have a look. Sven Hilger is right on the back of Lebau. And then P5 is now... Oh, sorry, P4 is Habibovic. So he's got that lap back. He's right in the fight again.
The turn 1s are surprisingly, I call it lucky again.
They do seem to have quite a good... I don't know if they've got like a genie in the pits. Give us a few wishes.
Spotter, I watched the introduction video of their spotter.
It seems to be that the turn 1s just seem to be not masterful at ovals, because they would have qualified on pole, led every race, led every lap and everything. But they are bringing something special to ovals at the very least. They always find themselves in a P1, P2 position. As it stands, I do believe that Max Simmons would regain the championship lead.
He'd actually gain it legitimate this time, because he only doesn't have it because he got a penalty.
Safety car in this lap will ride on board with Sven Hilger, who has the 2 turn 1 cars ahead of him. Actually, we ride on board with Jens Lebau. Got a lap car between him and his teammate as Max Simmons does get away. He's going to try and get past Benjamin Klaus as soon as he can, really, because he's got Sven Hilger right on his back. He's going to want to make sure that he holds up Sven Hilger as much as possible, as Jens Lebau not able to make an impact just yet, but Sven Hilger's right on the back of Jens Lebau coming through the final curve. Is he going to make a move for position approaching turn 1? He's going to try it around the outside. Nothing going as of yet, but he's still right there alongside Jens Lebau, and he is ahead. Jens Lebau has dropped down to P3. Badem Habibovic is right on his back though. Please no contact, boys. We want this nice and clean. So far so good for these two. Habibovic going around the outside of Jens Lebau. He is struggling. He's dropped down 2 positions on this restart. Habibovic back onto the podium as it stands.
Did Jens do the tire thing again?
He is doing the tyre thing again, yes.
I'm waiting for sparks, but
I'll watch Sven Hilger as he does get past the lap car, which means it's a straight fight now between him and the car ahead, Max Simmons. He's passed one turn one car already. Can he get the other and take the lead here at Iowa? Let's see as we approach turn one, turn two. Very nice through there. He's closing the gap down. Nothing coming as of yet. Still a while to make up on Max Simmons. Habibovic still right with him though.
a really interesting fact I think I just realized is that I think Habibovic was 2 laps down. He's third.
He was, yeah. He's managed that quite well. Sven Hilger.
Jens scraping his tires. Jens scraping his tires against him. Ah!
Oh, he's dropped back quite a way. They are fighting quite aggressively. Let's ride on board with that. Too wide going into the final few corners. Tim Course takes that position for now. And it does look like, yeah, he's struggling quite a lot with his tyres. Denise Ferreira is going to overtake him as well.
How do you know what we both missed?
What?
Checker Jeff got them both.
Ah, he's made a double move. Well done for Shekajev.
Jens hit the wall.
Oh, Jens hit the wall. Badam Habibovic has taken the position off of him. Is Sven Hilger now struggling with his tyres? Habibovic is now the man in P2. He's making an impact on Max Simmons, the race leader. It does look like he's coping a little bit better with his tyres at the moment. They are getting very close to each other. Max Simmons trying to maintain the lead. There is a lap car in the way. Habibovic deals with it well, though. Is that Eric Lee Kramer? It is. Sven Hilger's going to try and fight it back with Habibovic, though. The lap car gets out of the way. Habibovic does well, but Simmons gained a lot of time on that lap. That's exactly what turn one I want to see. Now Sven Hilger's faded away a little bit. Oh, and there's a big crash in the back. Not sure who that was. It looks like P10, whoever that is. And we do have a safety car. P10 and P14 were involved. P14 is Eric Lee Kramer. And I believe it was Dragishin, the other car involved. Potentially wrong though. As we have another safety car here in Iowa. Now the top three, if none of them pit, they're all not separated by any any lapped cars, so it will be a straight fight coming off the line from the next safety car. Do you think we'll see at least Sven Hilger pit though? I believe it has been a while since his last box, so when the pit lane does open, we should see him come in. Maybe even Max Simmons as well. I think he's been out for quite a while, so I think Habibovic might take the lead here, depending on what happens. As yeah, we do see cars begin to pile into the pits. None of the top three going as it stands though. Shekajev, Tim Course, Benjamin Klaus, Ben Neal, Dragon, Alex Pitot, Eric Lee Kramer, Ash Hamilton, all in the pits.
This might be bold to say it, but if it stays green, this was their last pit stop.
60 laps to go. With some of those drivers, yes, I can agree. I think Ash Hamilton could definitely get to the end, same as Shekajev and Tim Course, but I think Dragon's quite hard on his tyres, so I don't think it will be the last for him. But we'll see what the leaders do. Denise Ferreira is the car behind the top three. And I believe that is, I think that's Jens Lebau behind them, so he's not lost out massively. It is Jens Lebau, so he's still with the top four at the moment. Just needs Denise Ferreira to get out of the way, and that's not something that's particularly easy. The top 4 do not pit. Very surprised for Jens Lebau not pitting. So unless he thinks he can get away with the tyre wear that he has, I think what they'll try and do is last one more safety car start and box on the next one. Safety car in this lap though. We'll ride on board.
Something interesting?
What?
We're still under the hour in time.
Very nice. So yeah, we should definitely get away with this one. Simmons, again, classic go early manoeuvre.
Yeah, he's
Habibovic caught up in there a little bit. He's got Sven Hilger right on the back of him. As it was before. Habibovic going to maintain for now. Open the gap a little bit to Sven Hilger. Tries to stick away from the wall as much as possible. And that's good for Habibovic. Simmons gets away brilliantly. He's opened the gap to about 5/10 at the moment. So far so good for the top 3. Lebo unable to get past Denise Ferreira. Klaus, I believe, was in the wall. Don't think that'll be a safety car though. I think we're all
No,
good.
he got out of the way. If he keeps getting out of the way until you set back up at speed.
Habibovic is going to try and make an impact here on Max Simmons. He's right on the back of him as we approach lap 145. Simmons a few lap cars ahead of the top 3. Oh, but Habibovic is right there. He's making himself look as big in his rearview mirror as possible. Simmons trying to cover off Habibovic. Will he take the lead of this race? Going around the outside of the final curve. Habibovic equal across the line. Habibovic, will he take the lead of this race? Yes, he does. Badem Habibovic takes the lead of the race here at Iowa.
He led the race, crashed with a back marker, waited 140 laps, and now he's back.
And then he's back in the lead as Sven Hilger has to cover off Denise Ferreira, who wants to unlap himself. They're going wheel to wheel as we approach the second curve. Oh, and there's a big crash. Car number position 8. Boris Shekjev in the wall. Sven Hilger lost out to Denise Ferreira, who's right on the back of Max Simmons. Oh, there's
he has a...
As we have a safety car.
I think Checker Jeff has a flat spot. That's why.
I do expect we'll see quite a few of the leaders come in now, though. So Denise Ferreira lapped himself from Sven Hilger. Almost got Simmons before that safety car was caught. If the top 2 pit, he will be able to unlap himself. Not sure how many laps down he actually is, but he will be able to unlap himself at least once. %75% of the way there, and we have just under half an hour to go, if I'm right. So yeah, we'll definitely
yeah, people with
we'll be fine.
Going for the dummy with the pit entry.
Max Simmons comes into box. Habibovic does not. Denise Ferreira comes in. Sven Hilger, Alex Pateau, Ben Neal, Tim Kors, Ash Hamilton, Benjamin Klaus, Jens Lebau. They're all going in.
There are 3 cars not in the pit.
One of them, our race leader, Badem Habibovic. I need to stop doing that. Badem Habibovic. There's one Boris, it's Boris Shekjev. I do apologise, Mr. Habibo.
I think he wants another caution. I think he's not going for 48 laps on a stint.
Yeah, one more time round for Habibovic, and he should be in. Got to feel bad for the cars behind him though. If he did pit, then they'd be able to unlap themselves.
I think, to be fair, this is by far the most precautious caution we will have all season. Just because it happened with a puncture.
Better to be safe than sorry.
The only reason this is called because we had people spin on the apron, and I don't want the car with a puncture spin on an apron. This is completely precautious.
Don't think the drivers will mind taking a free pit stop though.
Nope. But Habibovic is probably gonna.
I think he'll be fine. Yeah, he's got like 4 or 5 lap cars between him and P2, so I think he's fine for now. Oh, it's only 3 cars, but still, point stands. Now Habibovic is the one to take the restart. It does Max Simmons' early start. Doesn't catch anyone napping though.
Back to green we go.
Back to green we go.
I also bet you can't guess who's actually currently in 3rd.
Ash Hamilton.
Tim Course.
Ah, the other one. I knew it was one of them too.
Yeah, just 4th. It's actually one.
Habibovic is stormed away from the race lead as it stands. Simmons has got to overtake a few lap cars if he wants to make an impression on the race leader. Felix Catch is the first one. Will he be able to take him this lap? Yeah, he goes down on the inside of Felix Catch and he takes the first one. Oh, big crash at the back. 2 cars involved. P10 and P6, Ben Neal and Ash Hamilton. Safety car is called out again. Brilliant for Habibovic. That's exactly what he would need if he wants to pit now. 42 laps.
I think Ben Neal lagged. I think that's what I saw on the mini-map.
All I saw was a car that almost skipped the fence, so... So we'll go behind the safety car again.
This is Kramer's 8th pit stop. While the pit lane is closed.
Oh no, he has to be told. That's definitely something that's going to need to be passed along to him for the next race, because that's not normal. Let's say that.
No, that sounds like someone didn't read.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to participate here in DRC, please read the rules. That's all we ask. As we see a few cars pile in, not too many.
Still not Habibovic.
Still not Habibovic, so...
He's not going to finish this, is he?
There's no way he finishes another 40 laps on those tyres. No way. Unless he pitted and we just aren't aware of it, and he's just cruising.
The thing is the fuel gonna last that long? Do I have my answer right now? Yes, I do.
Oh, Habibovic is in. He's made his move into the pit stop. That means Max Simmons will take the lead, followed by Tim Course now in P2. Then Jens Lebau.
Checker saying, I thank you very much. I'll take that lap back.
He did, yeah. I was wondering who that was. So as it stands, Max Simmons, who has probably led the majority of this race now, retakes the lead on newer tyres than quite a lot of the drivers around him. Tim Course in P2, followed by, I think, Denise Ferreira's lapped. Sven Hilger P3, Jens Lebau P4. Rest of the cars are lapped. So P5 should be Habibovic, I believe. Then Ash Hamilton. Could be wrong. Anyway, safety car in this lap. We'll see what happens. Max Simmons once again will get us away. Tim Course is the car that challenges him though. Denise Ferreira between the top two and the rest of the cars, as Simmons does go away early. Tim Course is going to try and stick with him. Very nice reaction from Tim Course. think he was sort of expecting that. Sven Hilger and Jens Lebauer fighting though. So we'll try and ride with them. Sven Hilger keeping the position for the time being. Jens Lebauer's got more trouble from the lap car behind him at the moment. As Max Simmons is getting away beautifully from Tim Course.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Great save by Bibovic. Holy mac and cheese balls.
What happened?
Felix crashed, and then people nudged each other, and Bibovic got a nudge, but he saved it.
See that one on the highlight reel after the race?
This is my vote for save of the season. I actually don't even care. this is my...
33 laps to go now. Sven Hilger and Jens Lebauer, P3, P4, as it was from the last restart. Same with Simmons and Tim Course in P2. Top 4 with only Dinesh Ferreira between them, currently in P7. If the top 2 box, he will be able to take a lap back. I don't think they will though. Oh, never mind, I don't think they are pitting.
Nope.
No. This is why I hate using the mini-map. We do see a few cars come in the pits though, one of them being Badem Habibovic. Never mind.
Yeah, Bibovic has this. Bibovic should have kind of dead tires right now.
Habibovic isn't in the box though, it's Ash Hamilton in the pits, as well as Alex Pitot.
169. I had to go with this.
Thankfully that's the final time you can do that.
We'll have more ovals, don't worry. I think since this is the second oval, I'll probably have 2 more times where I can do it. I think I actually forgot if we have 2 or 3 or 4 ovals.
Let's have a double check while we're on the safety car. So, oh, that's the wrong channel. Hang on. We'll go to Texas Oval, and that is it.
So we have.
Oh wait, no, hang on. Texas Oval, Nashville Short.
You might want to look at the restart.
Okay, safety car restart. Here we go. The top 2.
30 laps.
Simmons has already gone away. Tim Course sticks with him a bit better this time. And he's maintained the position once again from that safety car restart. Sven Hilger does get past Dinesh Ferreira into P3 as it was though. As Dinesh Ferreira is a lapped car. So that's great for Sven Hilger. He's trying to make an impression now on Tim Course. He's got to try and make a move, but he doesn't quite get it. He's fighting back with Dinesh Ferreira.
Bibovic spun, I think.
And Sven Hilger has to re-let Dinesh Ferreira overtake. And Tim Course probably breathing a little of a sigh of relief. Short panic attack for him, but he'll be okay. He is catching Max Simmons. But Dinesh Ferreira is catching him. That's nothing to worry about though. As long as he can keep Dinesh Ferreira between him and Sven Hilger, I think Tim Course is in a great position here. 25 laps to go. And Dinesh Ferreira currently P6, right on the back of Tim Course. Max Simmons doing beautifully to maintain this lead. Jens Lebauer was dropped off quite away from the leading 3. The race winner the last time out, currently not even on the podium. Wonder if that's a continuation of the tyre issues he was having earlier.
Considering Tim's road course speed, I think if you can keep the championship through the first oval section, he wants that championship, I think.
Are we looking at a potential championship bid for Tim Course here? It's very interesting. I think it'll be between him, Sven Hilger, and the 2 Turn 1 drivers, depending on how Jens Lebau does.
I wouldn't catch off Ferreira and Habibovic, even if they had...
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. It does seem like Ferreira is having a lot of bad luck at the moment, especially in these ovals. He has had 1 podium so far this season.
Ferreira knows ovals. He knows IndyCar circuits. I'm pretty sure also Long Beach is gonna be a strong suit, especially since Long Beach is a circuit where you probably won't meet as many back markers during the race.
Jens Lebau is currently fighting with, I believe that's Ash Hamilton, or is it Habibovic? It's Habibovic. Habibovic has... Oh no, sorry, it is Ash Hamilton. Ash Hamilton has taken the position off of Jens Lebau. Shekajev is going to try and overtake Jens Lebau as well. He is lapped though, so it does look like Jens Lebau is struggling on those tyres still.
Is this the 5th Jens tire?
Oh, crash, crash. We have a crash in the back. P14, Benjamin Klaus. He's in the wall.
Oh, the other car pulled off. That's actually Lecrema GG. Actually, that's great.
Saved us a safety car. Nice. Max Simmons right on the back of some traffic there. He does get past it. And so does Dinesh Ferreira. It's Tim Course's turn to get past.
I gotta say this in any regard, considering how the drivers are with spins, it's great, because we'd have a lot more cautions due to spins, but the drivers pull off, they look after each other.
Oh, and in lapping a back marker, Dinesh Ferreira has lost out to Tim Course. He's going to try and re-lap Dinesh Ferreira, and he's right on the back now of Max Simmons. Will he make a challenge for the lead here? As we see Felix Catch slightly touching the wall, as Max Simmons tries to lap Mario Cat. Put a car between him and Tim Course. He does. Oh, very slightly in the wall. I think that's netcode. Yeah, I think we're good. Tim Course, all good for the top 2 at the moment. Dinesh Ferreira right on the back of these 2 though. So far so good. Max Simmons just trying to maintain as it stands. 15 laps to go here in Iowa. We have a battle for the lead between Tim Course and Max Simmons. The man who finished P2. Oh, Felix catching the wall again. I think he's just lagging. I think that's netcode problem. Sven Hilger's nowhere to be seen. He's dropped off quite a significant amount since the restart.
Sven is kind of like the P4 guy at this point. He's 4th.
He is currently P3 though on track.
No, he's 4th.
Is that Jens Lebau in P3 then? Who's that in P3?
3rd is Ash Hamilton.
Ash Hamilton, oh wow. So Ash Hamilton,
quiet.
Very quiet, yeah, he's just sort of sneaked up there. Sven Hilger's dropped off massively then. That's got to be, again, tyres.
I think Ash is like, you guys been talking about championship aspirants for the past time. I'm actually here as well.
Yeah. Yet to sit on the podium, Ash Hamilton. Is in the top 10 in the championship though. Another lap car in the way of the leaders. Max Simmons going to try and lap it, but Tim Course is right there. So far so good as the lap car does get out of the way.
10 to go.
10 to go, and we have a fight for the lead with Dinesh Ferreira right there as the lap car behind them.
The fight for the lead is the fight for the championship lead.
It is, at the moment, yeah. These 2 are leading the championship, so whoever wins this will probably take the championship lead, depending on how points go. But so far, so good for Max Simmons. He's led the majority of this race. He's going to want to try and take the victory after a penalty that cost him P2 in Motegi. But so far, so good. Only a few laps to go. 7 laps remaining here in Iowa. Dinesh Ferreira is going to try and overtake Tim Course. Will he get it? Will he get the position? I do believe he has.
That might have been it with the victory scrap, because now Felix is coming as well. Felix just pitted. Felix like, just guys, I am here. I want to go by.
And that's really not good. That's really not good for Tim Course. 2 cars right on the back of him. Ash Hamilton is actually one of these 2 cars. So will Tim Course lose out to P3 in the end? Ash Hamilton, he's had a very silent race. Silent but deadly. He's sort of came out of nowhere. It does touch the wall though. He'll get away with that one. And Felix Catch sort of playing a mindful game for Tim Course. Ash Hamilton just needs to get past now. Max Simmons! Max Simmons, he's had a major issue. Tim Course is right there! And there's a big crash in the back! Oh, and Dinesh Ferreira spun as well! And the top 2 are right next to each other on track. Tim Course is going to go round the outside of Max Simmons on lap 197. Will he take the lead up to lap 198? As they go, Tim Course down the inside! He takes the lead here in Iowa. Very slightly, they touch. Max Simmons. I don't know what happened. That gap just sort of closed. He's fighting with Tim Course still though. 199. 1 lap remaining after this one. Oh, and he spun. He spun Tim Course. Tim Course is in the wall. And that will be a safety car to end this race. Oh my God. What a finish. Ash Hamilton has taken the lead of this race. He's got past Max Simmons. Ash Hamilton, under the safety car, is the leader of this race on the final lap. Ladies and gentlemen, he sort of came out of nowhere. We weren't expecting it at all. Max Simmons leading the majority of this race. A slight incident between him and Tim Course means that Ash Hamilton wins in Iowa. Max Simmons finishes P2. And Tim Course, I believe, finished P3 in all that. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ash Hamilton, take a bow. Came from nowhere to win in Iowa. What a finish.
With 10 pit stops.
With 10 pit stops, Ash Hamilton. What a victory. After not finishing on the podium so far this season, Ash Hamilton wins the 200 laps here at Iowa. Can't really find out what the finishing order was. I do believe it was Ash Hamilton.
I can give it 3 if you want.
You can, yeah.
Ash Hamilton, Max Simmons, Tim Course, Jens Libor. Wait, where the frick is Sven in this? Oh, because Sven already left. Okay, never mind that finishing order. I'll look in a second if you have a few moments.
I'll just call it at the moment for the top 3. Ash Hamilton, victory here in Iowa. I believe it is Max Simmons in P2, followed by Tim Course in P3, which means Max Simmons likely to take the championship lead, but that incident there between the 2 might get reported, so we could see some changes there. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you very much for watching. We will see you next weekend. We do go to Long Beach next week, so we'll see you all there.